It's day 3 of our adventure flying the Sling High Wing from the Netherlands all the way down to South Africa. Yesterday we arrived here in Scalea, Italy after visiting the Rotex factory in Gunskirchen, and the plan for today is to fly to Crete, Greece. So basically everything's ready. The only problem is we changed our point of entry in Greece from Heraklion to Sitia, and since that was a little last minute, the handling fees are going to be double the price, and we just got confirmation that we're allowed to land there, but we're not sure how expensive it's going to be, so we're crossing our fingers. Hopefully our AOPA card will give us some discount. But for now we're going to pack her up and then fill up the tires because they seem to be a little soft, and then we're going to take off. This is definitely my favorite airfield where we've landed so far. And Maurits is back there getting to work on the tires.
Hey, Matthew.
So when we picked up the plate at Top Farm, we actually learned how to do this. So that gives a lot of peace of mind.
All ready to go?
So these guys were super duper helpful. Really happy that we have a little bit of extra pressure in the tires, and we'll definitely be coming back here if we ever need to stop in Italy.
It's go time.
Scalea information. Buongiorno, Zulu from Sierra Hotel Whiskey.
Zulu Hotel Whiskey, clear to line up via link Alpha.
Will you be able to open our flight plan for us?
Open your flight plan when you will be in flight.
Can you confirm that the Romeo 404 is active?
We don't know. After takeoff, you must contact Brindisi information 131.125.
Take off at own discretion, runway 09 or thereafter right turn and contact Brindisi, Sierra Hotel Whiskey.
Hey, let's boogie.
She needed nothing with this wind.
Yeah.
So bye bye.
Bye bye.
Wow, it's beautiful here.
Okay, so we're gonna follow the coast here because, as you can see, the orange part is a restricted area. So until we can reach Brindisi to find out if it's active or not, we're gonna stay outside of it.
Maurits just used the Bluetooth connection on the Bose headset to call the flight information office in the Netherlands so that they would resend a flight plan because we were too late with our takeoff, and that's a bit of a problem because they said that they were going to open our flight plan at takeoff and they weren't able to, so they had to get Roma to do it. And they couldn't find our flight plan because we were late, so now we've got a new one, and I'm going to call them and see if they can open this flight plan. Do we have a reference code or not? Roma information for Zulu from Sierra Hotel Whiskey. We called the Dutch FIO and they have resent a new flight plan for us. Are you able to find it?
Hey sir, madam, flight plan has been found and activated.
Thank you for activating the flight plan, Zulu from Sierra Hotel Whiskey. Woohoo! Woohoo! You live and you learn, so I'm gonna have breakfast.
Stand level 110. One, looking for your 110.
I'm using this one. Because you don't like my stuff. You're always like, nee, doe lekker mijn eigen ding. Ik ben Maurits, ik ben heel zelfstandig. Wil je ook deze? I'm sorry.
I don't know that if you let me do what a wonderful world this would be.
Yeah. So as you can see, we're in the middle of the Ionian Sea. We just crossed into Greek airspace, which is the purple line here. And all is good. Everything's performing super well. We're listening to some music, which is amazing. And yeah, that's about it for now.
And it might be
Alfa
interesting.
Romeo Alpha, go ahead.
Shut up!
So before we started this trip, we actually planned out and discussed some procedures which we wanted to do so that we're on the same page if it hits the fan.
Exactly, and we just re-briefed what would happen if we had an engine failure and we would go down into the sea right now. There are very little ships or boats below us, so we're on our own, but basically we talked about how we're gonna split the tasks.
Yeah, so Rosita will be pilot flying, which she is anyway. We decided that the ballistic parachute will be our best bet, unless we're obviously in glide range, because we'll come down smooth from the top, which will prevent flipping over potentially if you just make a normal bulk landing.
Which is very common for high-wing aircraft like this.
Yeah, for the rest, a little bit of an unfortunate situation is that this left door doesn't open from the inside, so we have a hammer with us, a really big one.
And if we come down on the parachutes, we will have enough time. I will do a mayday call on the frequency and put the emergency frequency on and do another mayday call there. Then we will...
Pull the chute. We'll hammer out that window for safety. And this is I think this weighs 5 kilos, so it'll literally bang through everything. I'll open my door before impact, and we have this with all our documents, which will clip to our life vest.
We've got the Garmin InReach Mini 2, which I'll clip onto me.
It contacts the Garmin Rescue Center, who then will contact our primary contacts, which is James Pittman and Rosita's dad. And lastly, they'll also contact the relevant authorities to save us from the water. And also, obviously, carry the dinghy with me, and because my door does open, I'll be the one trying to inflate it while you get out either that side or my side.
Then we have all the things that we would need to survive right in reach. We have 6 liters of water. We have separate bottles and a whole pack. So if we have time, we'll try to get the 6-liter pack out. And we have our emergency bag full of food and blankets. So that should be good, and we've got our life jackets on. So that's how we kind of brief these ocean crossings. As we mentioned earlier, we have a lot of trust in this engine, and we have all the preparations done. We feel confident that we know what we're doing, and that's life. You take the risk, and you have to be as prepared as possible when you do so.
And the parachute descends at about 5 meters per second, which I'll put the figure now how long we'll have from our current height.
And one thing that is nice, what you see out here today, is that the sea is very calm. There's very little white frothy peaks on the waves, which means it's not too hectic down there.
Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey Amravida copy. Continue to Respa point, 9,500. Estimate time at Respa?
Estimate time for Respa is 0950.
We are seeing the first Greek islands.
Yeah, that's Mykonos. But Mykonos is...
Mykonos?
Mykonos.
Zakynthos.
Zakynthos.
Mykonos. We are in contact with Chania Approach, and it's a military airfield. And we've decided just to descend a little below these clouds, and we can see the buildup that we expected near Crete already. So we've got 800 feet a minute descent, trying to stay below these clouds. And then we've got exactly an hour left to go until...
Only half an hour. Oh.
Sitia.
Oh, you're right, an hour.
I was like, whoop, something was wrong.
Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey, contact on 122.6. 122.6.
122.6 next, thank you. Bye-bye, Sierra Hotel Whiskey.
Yes. Zulu Hotel Whiskey, the wind is from 320 degrees, 22, max gas, 3 forward knots. QNH 1018. Please make a call final, runway 23.
Okay, so we do have a full crosswind. It is windy. We already briefed that we're gonna see and try to land there. If it's too much, we'll have to divert to another field. But let's see what happens. And if it's too unsafe, we'll land somewhere else and figure out later. We also have to be careful that the terrain doesn't have an impact on the turbulence.
But I think the airfield's on a hill. Puppy, put it in.
I'm ready. I'm keen to have a bit of a challenge. Okay. I'm going to take it very slow.
I'll get you a runway length.
Perfect. And if you at any point feel uncomfortable, say it up.
Sure.
Zulu Hotel Whiskey, the wind is from 320 degrees, 20, max gas 30 knots, runway 23 is free.
We'll call you back for final for the wind check. Thank you, Sierra Whiskey. Okay, look, it's so funny that below here the water, there's no wind whatsoever on this side of the...
Lee side of the hill.
This is ridiculous.
Crazy airstrip.
20 knots, huh? But we have a long runway. Sierra Whiskey, turning final runway 23.
Zulu Hotel Whiskey, the wind is from 310 degrees, 28 knots, runway 23 is free.
Keep the speed. No, it's too much. Okay, go around. Sierra Whiskey, going around.
You're free, go around, make a circle and come again, final runway 23.
It was very, very turbulent. We're going to try it one more time, and otherwise we're going to divert.
Garmin up to Nemo runway 35, have a seat out.
Yeah, that would have been like perfect. What a horrible place to build on the runway.
Yeah. And why would you remove the runway that's in the wind?
And I'm going to keep it flapless and just keep a higher speed. Sierra Whiskey, turning final runway 23, wind check please.
The wind is from 310 degrees, 28 knots.
28 knots, Sierra Whiskey. Try a bit later on the runway.
That was a natty hill.
Yeah. See what it does here. Let's see what it does after. Committed to land.
Perfect. Amazing, baby.
Zulu Hotel Whiskey, arrival time is 15, you are fit backtrack for the apron.
Backtrack to the apron. Thank you, Sierra Whiskey.
You had a tough time.
I sure did, but I'm happy we're here.
Thank God we have 2 kilometer runway.
For sure. What happened to the other runway?
Old habits. Have a nice time. I see you wish to fly tomorrow for Egypt, correct?
A-firm for tomorrow morning.
If I see you want to fly with the opening, so make sure you put your flight plan today in order to distribute it and be ready.
Roger. Wilco, just confirm opening time for tomorrow?
8 local.
8 local. Thank you very much.
That was by far my most challenging landing ever. It was 28 knots cross, and this hill up here was horrible. Sorry for my words, but there was such a turbulence behind it, and the whole plane was moving. Had to do the go around, which I'm super happy we did, and then we came with a good idea to try and land it deeper into the runway, which did help. We didn't have that much runway left, so at one point I had to be committed, and turned out well. The guy on the tower, I think he took his hat off for us because this was pretty intense. But I'm happy we're on the ground. Glad we didn't have to divert. It would have been an option, but we're here. We're gonna tie it down, and it's one for the books for sure.
I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No. Yeah. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care. 'Cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't.
So
So this woman is Queen Crosswind Landings. 30 knots crosswind. We look back at the footage and it's textbook.
Whew, worked pretty hard for that landing, but I'm happy it was safe and that we can enjoy the pool here now. It's pretty cold. And the taxi driver advised us of a really, really good restaurant in town. So I think after this, we're gonna walk to the port and then have some food. Backflip, backflip, backflip. You hungry?
Yeah, let's go get food. Tomorrow we're even more excited to fly to Egypt. I think this is really where we're venturing into the unknown, where Europe is quite familiar to us. Egypt will be the beginning of the unknown, so we're super excited to make our way there. We're still waiting for the final permit, or at least the flight plan's filed, so see you in the next one.